How seeing 333 changed my love life? A crazy, unexpected twist. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was driving back home after another long, exhausting day at work. You know those days when everything just feels off? It was one of those days. I was stuck in traffic, my coffee was cold, and I had a lot on my mind, especially about my relationship with Emily. We'd been together for almost 3 years, but recently, it felt like we were drifting apart. We weren't fighting, but the spark just wasn't there, you know? I reached out for my phone to check the time, and there it was, 3:33 p.m. I didn't think much of it at first, but the number kind of stayed in the back of my mind. Later that night, I was scrolling through my Instagram feed trying to distract myself from the pile of work emails I'd been avoiding. And boom, a post pops up talking about angel numbers, specifically 333. I laughed it off. I mean, come on, angel numbers? But curiosity got the best of me, so I clicked the post. It said something like, seeing 333 repeatedly is a sign that you're on the right path and that the universe is supporting you. It also signifies balance, growth, and harmony, especially in your relationships. I rolled my eyes but shrugged it off as a coincidence. I mean, a lot of people see numbers, right? The next morning I woke up still feeling kind of out of it. I grabbed my phone to check the weather and the temperature was, you guessed it, 33.3 degrees. I remember staring at my phone and thinking, okay, that's weird. Now I don't know about you, but I'm not one of those people who easily buy into this sort of thing. But by that point the number was starting to mess with my head. Was the universe actually trying to tell me something? That day I couldn't stop thinking about Emily. I started wondering if maybe I'd been too caught up in work, in my own head, to really notice what was going on in our relationship. That afternoon I texted her, just a simple, hey, miss you, can we talk later? When she replied, she said something that hit me right in the chest. I've been feeling like we're losing each other, I miss us. That message was like a gut punch, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. I couldn't shake off that feeling. The number 333 kept replaying in my mind. It was like this invisible thread pulling me back to where I needed to be. I decided I wasn't going to let us drift anymore. The craziest part? I left the office early on that day, not able to concentrate on the pending work. When I got home that evening, I parked my car and just sat there trying to gather my thoughts before heading inside. I glanced at the clock, 3:33 p.m. I laughed, like really laughed, because it felt like the universe was slapping me in the face at this point, like, dude, wake up, this is your sign. I walked in and found Emily sitting on the couch looking as lost in her thoughts as I'd been. I didn't wait for some grand moment, I just sat down next to her, grabbed her hand and said, I don't want to lose you, let's fix this. We talked, really talked, for what felt like hours. I told her about the 333 thing, half expecting her to laugh it off, but instead, she smiled. It's funny, she said. I've been seeing that number everywhere too. At that moment, it felt like all the tension, all the distance between us just melted away. We made a promise to each other that night, to work on us, to be more present, more connected, and to stop letting life pull us apart. And guess what? Things didn't magically change overnight, but slowly, we found our rhythm again. We started going on more dates, making time for each other, even if it was just grabbing coffee together in the mornings or sitting on the couch, binge watching our favorite shows without distractions. We found that spark again, but it wasn't the same as before. It was deeper, more real. Looking back, it feels like that whole series of 333 moments was the universe giving me a little nudge, reminding me not to let something good slip away. Now, whenever I see 333, I can't help but smile. To me, it's a reminder of that turning point when I realized love isn't just about the good times, it's about choosing each other, even when things get tough. And you know what? A few months after that talk, Emily and I decided to take a spontaneous trip together. We packed up the car and just drove, no plan, no agenda. Somewhere on the highway, I glanced at the GPS and, I kid you not, we were exactly 333 miles from home. I looked over at her, she caught my glance, and we both just burst out laughing. It was like the universe was in on the joke now. We were right where we were supposed to be, together. So, if you keep seeing 333, maybe it's not just a coincidence. Maybe it's a reminder to pay attention to the people in your life, to the moments that matter. Or maybe it's just the universe giving you a little nudge, telling you you're on the right path even when things feel uncertain. Whatever it is, trust it. For me, seeing 333 wasn't just a sign. It was the wake-up call I didn't know I needed. It was the universe's way of telling me to fight for the love I didn't want to lose, and I'm so glad I listened. And that's my story. The wild, unexpected ways that angel number 333 turned my love life around. If you've been seeing it too, maybe there's a message in it for you. You never know what the universe is trying to tell you until you open yourself up to it.